Whoever said size matters? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and in this installment of Versus, we're pitting Babu Frik, the newly introduced character from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, against the breakout star of The Mandalorian, the Child, better known by his internet title of Baby Yoda.
Can I feed him?
Sure.
Come along as we size up these two pint-sized characters across a variety of categories to see which of these new fan favorites, despite their modest size, has made the biggest impact. Please note, there will unavoidably be some spoilers for both The Mandalorian and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
What the hell? Come on.
Round 1. Significance to the plot. When Baby Yoda first came into the picture, the world collectively squealed with delight. Even if the character's screen time had been limited to the first few episodes, we still would have deemed the child to be a worthy addition to the Star Wars canon. But rather than just another bounty for Mando to turn in or turn loose, Baby Yoda has become a series lead, second only to the titular Mandalorian. His presence is what drives Mando's character development and gives this action-packed series not only a beating heart, but a compelling mystery too. If we have one gripe with the treatment Babu Frik received in episode 9, it's the lack of screen time he got. Though his scenes were brief, he was an essential part of the lengthy treasure hunt that was the quest to locate Exegol. Without his expert knowledge of droids, our heroes may never have reached the Emperor in time to stop him. In less skilled hands, C-3PO also could have been permanently damaged during the procedure. So yeah, in a sense, you could say that Babu Frik saved the galaxy. While we relished every moment with Babu and recognized his contribution to saving the day, his handiwork was just a step in a long line of MacGuffin-type complications that our heroes had to navigate. The Child, by contrast, is central to the series in which he appears, and feels like a bigger piece of the expanding Star Wars universe. And so, round 1 goes to the Child. Winner, Baby Yoda. Round 2, Humor. We knew that the members of Yoda's species live exceedingly long lives, but we never would have guessed that their development was so slow. The Child is apparently about 50 years old, but in terms of maturity, he's really just a toddler. And like many toddlers, he's not working with much in terms of language skills. Despite this significant disadvantage, Baby Yoda's comedic timing and expressiveness would have impressed Charlie Chaplin himself. From the way he misbehaves on the ship, to soup slurping, and his tendency to show up where he's least expected, this child is a riot. Like we said, Babu Frik didn't get a whole lot of screen time, but during the few brief scenes in which he did appear, Babu Frik established himself as arguably one of the funniest characters to have ever inhabited a galaxy far, far away. Our hat is off to Shirley Henderson for the excellent voice work. His laugh is infectious, and because he's such a joker, we thankfully hear it fairly often. The guy's a real comedian, and he knows it. He's got that sort of affable, easygoing, sleepy-eyed vibe to him. His brand of comedy feels like classic Star Wars. Jar Jar, take notes. Baby Yoda doesn't try to be funny, but his immaturity and uncanny timing makes him endlessly entertaining to watch. Babu Frik, however, is clearly a practiced comedian. Dude's got chops, and for his efforts, he takes the round. Winner, Babu Frik.
Baby Yoda or Babu Frik?
I'd go with Babu Frik. Yeah.
Slightly biased, though.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Round 3, Originality. We've only seen a handful of creatures like Yoda since Star Wars first exploded onto the scene in 1977. Even in the Legends timeline, they're extremely rare. As far as the canon is concerned, the Child is only the third such example of this unnamed species to have appeared, the other two being Yoda and Yaddle.
See through you. We can.
Be mindful of your feelings.
Given that both of the aforementioned Jedi were hundreds of years old when we met them, the immaturity of the Child represents exciting uncharted territory for the franchise. Everything he does invites speculation.
No, stop! We're friends.
Since its very inception, part of the fun of the Star Wars franchise has been the wide variety of colorful, oddly shaped and sized alien species that populate this galaxy. Babu Frik is without a doubt one of the smallest characters introduced to date, and yet he packs a massive personality. Sure, his catchphrase isn't exactly unique, but many outlets have gone so far as to call Babu Frik the single best part of the entire film. It's a bold claim, but the internet seems to agree.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
We love the child, but as compelling as it is to see a juvenile version of this mysterious species, his design is essentially just a baby version of Yoda. It's a welcome variation on a familiar character, but familiar nonetheless. In Babu Frik, we got something wholly original, a new character from the newly introduced Anzellan species, and one who left cinemagoers wanting more. Winner, Babu Frik.
That is remarkable. Babu Frik is one of my truly favorite characters out of the whole movie, and I'm not sure I can go further than that.
Round 4, the reveal.
Wait. They said 50 years old.
Credit where credit is due. It's tough for filmmakers and showrunners to keep a secret in the modern age, but somehow, Jon Favreau and his crew managed to pull it off. Expectations were high for The Mandalorian, and so were the stakes. The first episode quickly established itself as a solid production, but then at the very last minute, Favreau and company made this a must-watch series. The reveal of the child as Mando's target was the one thing no one could have foreseen. Best of all, though, it was a twist ending with potentially far-reaching implications. If there's one thing that Star Wars isn't lacking, it's menacing crime bosses and sinister villains. And when we first heard about Babu Frik, that is exactly the sort of mental image that came to mind. His name is spoken with respect and fear. Neither Poe nor Zori Bliss give much away about him in terms of physical description, but they make it clear that he is not to be trifled with, and that Poe should be concerned for having crossed him in the crew. Then you meet Babu, and it's this guy. Talk about an effective bait and switch. Babu made for one of the most enjoyable cinematic reveals of the year. As such, he should be able to win this round hands down. And he would if he were up against any other character under any other circumstances. Unfortunately for him, that Baby Yoda reveal is one that people are going to be discussing for years to come. The child ties it up. Winner, Baby Yoda. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Round 5, most cookable. Wait, sorry, that's for something else. Round 5, cuteness. Let's be honest, we could go back and forth comparing these two forever, each of them scoring countless wins. At the end of the day, however, there's one crucial factor that makes us love them: the cuteness. Baby Yoda, for his part, seems like he was designed by a team of the world's top scientists who've been tasked with genetically engineering a creature to go beside the word cute in the dictionary. He's tiny, he's got big eyes, his manner is at once innocent and precocious, and those little noises he makes will leave your heart a puddle on the floor. He's adorable.
You have an awful lot to learn about raising a young one.
If you subscribe to the rule that smaller is cuter, then Babu Frik wins. Just when we thought Star Wars characters couldn't get any more miniature after the Porgs, J.J. Abrams hit us with the tiny Babu Frik, and all other issues with the film were temporarily forgotten, sort of. Babu Frik's diminutive size is adorable, but it's the contrast with his personality that makes him so freaking endearing. He's a little wild man who clearly loves life, and his enthusiasm is incredibly infectious. You just want to take him home with you. Both characters make our hearts melt in different ways. Babu Frik is extremely cute in that zany Muppet sort of way, whereas the child is extremely huggable. And ultimately, it's the latter brand of cuteness that we think has the greater effect on viewers. From his look to his voice and mannerisms, Baby Yoda is a masterpiece of adorable character design. And with that, the child takes the final round. Winner, Baby Yoda.
See how that works? Yeah? Bright eyes? We're a team.
The force is strong with Baby Yoda, who ends up taking the win in this versus showdown. Did we pick the right diminutive new fan favorite Star Wars character? Be sure to debate it in the comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to Watch Mojo for more entertaining versus battles.